I can see paddy fields. In the middle of these wheat paddy fields is a scarecrow. Her name is Bijuki, and this scarecrow, she shoos away pest birds from sitting on the crops. She stretches her hands like this and she moves them this way and that way, this way and that way. Shoo! The manna, the sparrow, the crow, the blackbirds, and more. Usually, a scarecrow is a man, but in this story, the scarecrow is a woman. She is also a friend to the animals in the farm who are around. Suddenly, she can hear noises which are coming from this side, and they are disturbing noises. Somebody is running towards her. And whom does she see? She sees a squirrel, she sees a duck, and she sees a rabbit. The three animals come running towards her and tell her, there's fire, there's fire on the other side. And the squirrel said, I got scared. The rabbit added, yes, the fireball which was coming on me burnt my fur. I think I need to put some ointment. And the duck was all baffled. He didn't know what to say, so he just hopped on his place and did quack, quack. The animals were terrified and they echoed, what do we do? What do we do when a fall of fire comes on you? Bijuki looked at them and thought. They echoed once more. You can join in too. What do we do? What do we do when a ball of fire comes on you? Again, what do we do? What do we do when a ball of fire comes on you? Bijuki thought and said, I know it is natural to get afraid when there's a fireball coming on you. But if I run away from my fear, if I move away from my fear is going to increase. And if I move towards my fear, I approach my fear is going to decrease. So let's think of another way to handle this situation. In short, we need to face our fears. We need to face our fears. And the animals echoed, we need to face our fears. Once more, we need to face our fears. It was evening and the birds had gone back to their nests. The gardener, she came in the evening to water the farms. She took the hose pipe and attached it to the tap and let the tap open. The water came out of the pipe and whoosh! There she watered the plants. She watered the crops once more. Whoosh! This way, whoosh! After she watered the farm and the fields were now fresh, she said she would like to go back home. And so she looked at Bijuki. Bijuki asked her, Malin, you look worried. In this story, the gardener too is a woman and her name is Malin. Usually a gardener is a man. So Malin replied saying, yes, I am worried. I have heard that there is a dragon on that side and he is burning all the fields and destroying the crops. What would we do if the dragon comes here? The farm would be destroyed and where will the animals go? Bijuki had no answer. Malin took the hose pipe from the tap, folded it properly. Come on, you can also fold the hose pipe properly and keep it aside. Yes, like this. And she left for the day. The sun had set. Another sudden voices from this side of the farm could be heard. The squirrel, the duck and the rabbit now panicked and they got alarmed and they ran towards the end of the farm field to see what was there. They reached there and they stretched and they stretched and they tried to see. What could they see? Yes, there was a ball of fire which was coming on them. Whoosh! Whoosh! It was petrifying. The squirrel just started shivering, and so did the rabbit, and so did the duck. The ball of fire was coming hot round on them directly, and it was burning their skin. So they ran back to Bijuki, and they told her, "There's fire over there, and there's fire. Now what do we do? What do we do when a ball of fire is coming on you?" Bijuki said, "I agree that you are afraid, but we have decided to face our fears, face our fears, face our fears. Once more, we have decided to face our fears, face our fears. So fear is going to reduce. If you're going to run away from our fear, then the fear is going to increase. And we don't want that to happen." The animals agreed. And they thought, but what can we do to reduce the fire which is over there? The squirrel said, "I can sing." The rabbit said, "You can sing. How does it help? The fire is not going to reduce." The duck said, "I have heard somewhere that if you put water on the fire reduces and can be extinguished." The rabbit agreed. "I have heard this too." So the squirrel said, "Quick, I got an idea. I know what you mean." They ran to the hose pipe, picked up the hose pipe, attached it to the tap, and let the tap open. Come on, open the tap in full swing. And they opened the tap and kept the hose pipe to the end of the field and lifted it and tried so that the water can come out from the hose pipe. But as soon as they reached there, there was the ball of fire which came on them. And the fireball came like as if a dragon had fire coming out of his mouth. Ooh. 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 And the dragon got angry, so he put out more fire out of his mouth. Ooh. The squirrel, the rabbit, and the duck were now almost trembling, but they had decided to face our fear, face their fear, face their fear. And hence, they picked up the hose pipe and put the water, come on, pick up your hose pipes, and put the water on the dragon like this. Shoo! Shoo! Once more. When the water fell on the ball of fire, the dragon was baffled, and he got a little alarmed because the fireball reduced in size. But he got angry too. And so he came one step forward once more, and whoo, there was a fire again. But they didn't give up hope, the animals, and they put more water on the fireball. Whoosh! Whoosh! Come on, show me the water. The fireball reduced in size. And finally, the fireball got smaller and smaller because there was water that was being poured on it. The dragon now got scared and didn't know what to do. So he took 2 steps back, 1 and 2. The animals got courage. The rabbit and the duck went 2 steps in front, 1 and 2. The dragon went back 1 and 2, and further 1 and 2. The rabbit and the duck picked up the hose pipe once again, and whoosh! For the final time they threw water on this ball of fire. The fire extinguished. The rabbit and the duck were tired but happy. They ran back to the squirrel and they told her that there is no more fire. The fireball is extinguished. And they came to Bijuki and they said, "The fireball is extinguished and the dragon has run away." Bijuki smiled and said, "Well done, all of you. It means when we face our fear, the fear reduces. And when we move away from our fear, the fear increases. So, in short, whenever we get afraid, we are going to face our fears, face our fears, and face our fears. Come on, everybody. Face our fears, face our fears, and face our fears. Because this is what is going to help us in the future. Thereafter, without any fireball threat or a dragon threat, the animals and Bijuki lived happily in the farm.